Okay, wasn't sure if I was actually being videoed or not. Sorry for the delay starting. Yesterday you should have finished reading chapter 22, and hopefully also read the extra information about Anastasia, found that interesting. And then talked about Lenin, and all of his terror and horribleness, and then Stalin, and his rise to power. Today we're going to start on chapter 23. 23, before and during WW2. It starts talking about the fact that the United States didn't join the League of Nations. Then it goes into talking about the problems in Europe. Germany was really unhappy about the way they were treated after the war, that they had these huge debt expenses after the war, that they were kind of looked at as the evil person in it. Of course, France and Germany border each other, and so that's going to cause all kinds of issues. And France is trying to move into Germany's territory, France making all these alliances, protection pacts with surrounding countries. Then it also goes into talking about Mussolini and fascism, and exactly what fascism is, and that Italy was also a mess after the war. And then it talks about Hitler and Nazi Germany. The thing I want you to remember about Hitler is at first Hitler was a good guy. The United States Time magazine picked him as Man of the Year in the 30s. I don't remember the exact year, but it was in the 30s. And Hitler at first was a good guy who wanted to try to help Germany. And that's how he became leader. But the problem was, once he got that power, he just kept kind of going a little bit further until he gained complete and total power and then showed his true crazy self and started killing people. Then on page 350, you get in kind of take a break from Mussolini and Hitler and talk about some of the different philosophies at the time. Nietzsche and Kierkegaard and Freud and their anti-Christian thoughts. Then the flip side, people who are defending Christianity, like Machen and R.A. Torrey and Billy Sunday. Then we talk about American history, just a little bit. America in the 20s, the Roaring 20s, a time of prosperity in the United States. Talk about Lindbergh and his Spirit of St. Louis, his 33.5-hour flight across the Atlantic Ocean, the car. Then we go straight to the Great Depression in the United States, and Hoover is president first during the Great Depression, then Roosevelt becomes president. And as we've talked about, Abeka does not at all try to hide the fact that they don't like Roosevelt. Some people believe Roosevelt was a great president and he's the one that got us out of the Great Depression. Other people don't like Roosevelt. They think that he didn't handle the ending of the war very well because of his health. They believe that he started us on the road to big government that is too powerful, and that it was the war that got us out of the Depression. I'm not going to say anything one way or the other, but just note, Abeka doesn't try to hide which way they come down on that whole thing. Then 23.1 ends with how the Great Depression in the United States is going to affect everybody in the entire world, including Germany. Germany was struggling after World War I anyway, but they were beginning to get back on the road to economic prosperity. Then the Great Depression in the United States hits, and it's this kind of snowball effect that because we're trading with all these European countries, it's going to affect the European countries. Germany ends up in financial trouble. Hitler's able to say, hey, I'm going to fix everything. And he starts out looking like he is going to fix things, which is how he gets into power. Then we'll see tomorrow how that kind of flips and things go downhill and he shows his true crazy self. So your homework is read 23.1 and do the 23.1 quiz 35 open book, and then of course do your simple solutions lesson. See you tomorrow.